Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Quantum Analyst, focusing on quantum stock investing. In today's video, I am going to review IONQ's just released second quarter earnings. I will break this short video into 4 sections. Firstly, I will review IONQ's second quarter earning numbers. Secondly, I will discuss IONQ's investment thesis, which could be summarized as Quantum's ChatGPT moment. Thirdly, I will review its stock performance, ticker symbol IONQ. Lastly, 2 events to watch in September. Let's go. On August 10, 2023, IONQ released the second quarter earnings after the market closed. Although given it is still at its nascent commercial stage, the numbers are not super significant, the progress are definitely material and concrete. Between the lines of the news release and the conference call, the tone is definitely upbeat. Every time when I am reading an earnings news release from a public company, I always pay special attention to the first sentence of the news release. Because it sets the tone of the whole earnings. Most of the time, 1 or 2 key words will let the investor know it is upbeat or downbeat, bright or gloomy. In IONQ's news release today, the first sentence is this. This was another landmark quarter for IONQ, most notably with a record-setting $28 million in bookings, bringing the total to over $32 million in the first half. We are now well on our way to our revised, higher bookings expectations of $49 million to $56 million for the year. We are also within striking range of our goal of $100 million in cumulative bookings within the first 3 years of IONQ's commercialization, starting in 2021. Without looking at the numbers, just by looking at the words such as landmark, record-setting, well on our way, and within striking range of our goal, you can get a feel the tone is very upbeat. Later you'll see the real numbers and technical progress well confirmed the management's optimism. In the conference call, Peter Chapman started with this sentence. It's been another outstanding quarter here at IONQ, as we continue to push ahead and further our lead over our competitors. His confidence is obvious and has a reason. Among the few public-listed pure-play quantum computing companies, IONQ is no doubt the leader by all means, with a wide margin. Let's dig into the second quarter earning numbers. Revenue. IONQ recognized revenue of $5.5 million for the second quarter, which is above the high end of the previously provided range. Bookings. IONQ achieved $28 million in new bookings for the second quarter. Net loss was $43.7 million and adjusted EBITDA loss was $19.4 million. In regards to the discrepancy between these two, during the conference call, CFO Thomas Kramer explained that warrants sitting on IONQ's balance sheet substantially affected quarterly GAAP net loss. He believes that adjusted EBITDA is more helpful for investors to understand IONQ's operational performance. In the first 6 months, IONQ's net cash used in operating activities is $30 million. This is even lower than competitors which have smaller revenue and headcount. With $509 million cash in hand, CFO Thomas Kramer said, "We continue to believe that this cash position, which we understand to be the strongest of any public quantum pure player, positions us well to execute on our current roadmap." Overall, IONQ's financials are in good shape and good trend. Now let's turn to commercial highlights. This quarter, 3 things worth mentioning. 1. IONQ and Quantum Basel partnered to jointly establish a European quantum data center. 2. IONQ signed a memorandum of understanding with South Korea's government to provide quantum education. 3. IONQ Forte Access was expanded to all IONQ Direct Access customers. Out of the 3, the first one, Quantum Basel deal is no doubt the most important. The deal was mentioned 11 times during the conference call. Why it is so important for IONQ? Firstly, it is a $28 million sale, which is huge for a relatively small company. Secondly, it is a strong validation of IONQ's technical roadmap, especially AQ64, which I will explain in detail in a minute. Lastly, it helps IONQ expand to a key international market, Europe. IONQ will soon open its first European corporate office in Switzerland. To summarize, Quantum Basel deal is the most important deal in the second quarter. In the next couple years, we need to monitor its execution closely. In investing, there is a question we should ask ourselves constantly. What is the company's investing thesis? Can you use one sentence to describe it? I have been thinking this question on, and had my own answer. In today's conference call, I have a new and better answer: Quantum's ChatGPT moment. In order to form an investing thesis for IONQ, we need to understand its technical roadmap. This chart is from IONQ's latest August investor updates. From it, we can see that IONQ uses algorithm qubits, or AQ, to measure its technical progress. And different algorithm qubits level corresponds to different capabilities. Right now, IONQ has achieved AQ 29. In the next 2 years, their target is to accomplish AQ 35 and AQ 64. From the management's point of view, AQ 64 will be the inflection point. In the conference call, AQ 64 was mentioned 16 times, undisputedly the most mentioned word. What can AQ 64 do? CEO Peter Chapman explains. At AQ 64, IONQ quantum computers will be able to explore a useful computational space of 2 to the power of 64 for running quantum algorithms. In a fraction of a second, this system will be able to explore a computational space of 18 quintillion. As a reminder, a quintillion is one with 18 zeros after it. To put that in perspective, the Frontier supercomputer at Oak Ridge National Laboratory can calculate 1.1 quintillion floating-point operations for a second. At AQ 64, classical computers will no longer be able to fully simulate an IONQ system. And as a result, we believe these systems will enable customers to tackle certain problems that even the best classical supercomputers can't solve. CEO Peter Chapman is also very confident of achieving AQ 64. He says, though the technical challenges on the road to this goal are significant, our team is pursuing more than one path to arrive at this historic milestone. More than one path is very important. Chapman explained further that, the reason they are investing in multiple different ways to do it, is to de-risk the roadmap, and make sure they can hit the AQ 64 milestone. What does AQ 64 mean for IONQ? CEO Peter Chapman answered, as we get closer to AQ 64, it's clear that there's a lot of interest there. Customers are starting to recognize that that's going to be, what I would say is kind of Quantum's ChatGPT moment, kind of people are going to wake up to Quantum. We are starting to see that excitement come through. Chapman also said, right now is probably like OpenAI 2 years before ChatGPT. There are still disbelievers, but IONQ will continue to execute and deliver. I think Quantum's ChatGPT moment may be the best investment thesis for IONQ. Now let's have a look of IONQ's stock performance. IONQ's stock went public on October 1, 2021, via a SPAC merger deal. It is the first public traded pure-play quantum computing company. It once reached the high of above 35 shortly after its public listing. Then it suffered a sharp decline and a year-long consolidation. In 2023 year-to-date, its stock price appreciated by over 300%. We can definitely see more enthusiasm in this nascent industry of quantum computing. Personal point of view, if you truly believe a company, I think best way to invest is to buy and hold. Let the power of compound work for you in years and decades. During the conference call, IONQ announced 2 events in September. If you are an IONQ investor, or interested in investing IONQ, it worth pay attention to. The first event is on September 27. The company will deliver a presentation at the Quantum World Congress Conference. It will share a more detailed technical roadmap and upcoming product details. The event will be live streamed. The second event is the Analyst Day. It will be in September, though the specific date hasn't been decided. The presentation will also be live streamed. I think these two events will provide valuable information about IONQ's further development. This all for today. Do you have any comments? Please leave them down below. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe. Your support is very important for me to keep creating contents. Thanks.